Hi everybody, my name is Jessie and I do perfume reviews in ASMR format. So if you like perfume and also you enjoy ASMR, you are in a good place for our video today. Okay, so today I am doing a review of Cacharel's Yes I Am. Cacharel's Yes I Am. And I do really enjoy the bottle on this. As you can see, it's supposed to look like a tube of lipstick. Red lipstick, so that's why I've got red lipstick on. Yeah, I think it's fun. I honestly, so much of what I enjoy from fragrances is the bottles. Look at all these beautiful bottles behind me. I just think it adds a lot. I won't buy a perfume just for the bottle. I mean, I might blind buy it like this, but I won't keep it unless I like the scent. But the bottle definitely adds something. You know, if I'm like on the fence and it has an amazing bottle, I might be more likely to keep it. Here is the box. I purchased this at, I think Marshall's, and it was really affordable. It was like $14.99. If you haven't noticed from all my reviews, I'm in a phase of my life where I pretty much mostly buy affordable fragrances. Of course, I'd love to buy more expensive niche fragrances, but I only tend to do that if I've already smelled it and I know I like it, and then I'll go ahead and buy something more expensive. Otherwise, I'm just sticking to the more affordable ones these days because that's where my budget is at. So, I dressed on theme. I just went with the red. So yeah, I've got a red shirt and I went with gold because we've also got some gold. So I've got gold earrings. Didn't have any black, but that's the look for today. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this fragrance and then we'll go over the main accords as well as the notes together and I'll tell you my impressions. Today we've got our Angels on Earth deck of cards and we got this little angel with a pink sash. Looks like a male angel. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give this a spray. And just let it dry down a moment. I saw when I was in store looking at the notes on Fragrantica, this is a gourmand fragrance, and if you watch my channel, you know I don't have like a ton of super sweet gourmand fragrances, but I do have a few. It's this shelf in particular. I do have a few, so I'm always open to try, gourmands. I just don't always tend to love them, especially if they're like super sweet or super heavy. It just depends. Okay, so I'm going to give this a smell and let you know my first impressions. So this is definitely sweet. It's also got a nice spiciness to it. Sweet, spicy, kind of like vanillic caramel. Spicy, and I feel like there's got to be some like fruity and floral. Can't tell you what, but like something fruity, floral, a little spicy, sweet. Yeah, that's what I get as a first impression. My nose is not amazing. I'm still getting over a cold, but I can breathe normally through both nostrils. So I hope this is not like altering the review too much, but it's definitely also kind of milky. There's something like creamy milky about it. So that's my first impression. And I did wear this fragrance, but it was probably about a month ago. So it's been a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and read the main accords that we have listed on Fragrantica. So we have sweet, warm, spicy, vanilla, lactonic, fruity, caramel, white floral, citrus, amber, and aromatic. So this is definitely a little bit of one of those like kitchen sink type of fragrances, in the sense that it's got a lot going on. It's sweet, gourmand, it's got that creaminess, it's got seemingly some fruity notes, floral notes, etc. I'm definitely getting that sweet accord and the warm spicy accord. Honestly, probably those are the two main that I'm getting. I don't remember what the spicy notes are, but it kind of comes through as like cardamom or something like that. And I don't remember what the lactonic note is, but something like milk. It's coming through creamy, something like milk or cream to me. Yeah, I'm getting vanilla, lactonic, I'm getting the fruity and caramel main accords, a little bit of something floral. So yeah, that makes sense. Those main accords that are listed make sense to me. And let's go ahead and look at the notes next. And I'm always excited for this when it's been a minute since I looked at the notes, because I honestly totally I don't know that I remember a single note except for I think caramel. I think caramel is in here. But honestly, besides that, I don't remember a single note. Okay, so we have a lot of notes here. We have 4 top notes, and they are all fruits. We have raspberry, mandarin orange, bergamot, and lemon. I'm definitely getting that raspberry note. And to be honest, I think it's the raspberry note that for me is just coming through a bit synthetic. I often don't love raspberry notes in fragrances because they can come through a little bit synthetic. And I think that is part of the reason why I'm not keeping this fragrance. I like it, but it just comes through a bit synthetic for me, a little bit like just a lot going on. And I feel like part of it is that raspberry note, but also like I'm not a huge fruity fragrance gal, so there's that as well. So really, I'm mostly getting in the top notes that raspberry note. I could see a bit of citrus that just lifts all of this, but it's not a citrusy fragrance in general at all. Okay, and then for our middle notes, we've got 6 middle notes. And they are gardenia, orange blossom, jasmine, and rose, as well as ginger flower and amber. So those are all florals except for the amber. Ginger flower, honestly, I didn't know that ginger flowered, but I assume ginger flower is supposed to kind of smell like ginger, but in maybe a softer, more floral way. I feel like I'm getting mostly the gardenia. Well, and of course, I'm getting a gingery note. I wouldn't have thought it was ginger flower. I would have just said ginger. I'm also getting an ambery vibe, definitely. But I'm going to say the main floral that I'm getting is gardenia, maybe a bit of orange blossom and jasmine. No rose that's standing out in any meaningful way, and I am definitely getting a gingery feel. For our base notes, we have 9 base notes. And this is definitely a base heavy fragrance. It's, sweet, gourmand, a little heavier, bold, so it makes sense. The base notes that we have are milk, caramel, vanilla, cardamom, licorice, coumarin, benzoin, sandalwood, and amberwood. So that's a lot, and honestly, I'm just gonna say I'm kind of getting all of that. I'm definitely getting milk, caramel, and vanilla. I'm definitely getting cardamom. I am getting a little touch of licorice, like an anisey, licoricey, but just subtle. Coumarin, benzoin, those are kind of like deep, slightly spicy, ambery. vanilla type notes. The sandalwood isn't coming through in any clear way, but makes sense. Amberwood, again, just adding like an amber vibe. So, of those notes, I would say I'm getting the milk, caramel, vanilla, and cardamom the most. Maybe benzoin as well. Altogether for this fragrance, I am getting notes of raspberry, ginger flower, gardenia, milk, caramel, vanilla, cardamom, benzoin. That's what I would say I'm really getting most from it. And I'm going to show the votes on Fragrantica. Other users say they mostly get milk, caramel, raspberry, vanilla, cardamom, licorice, gardenia, etc. So I would second that. Most of those top notes I would say I'm getting as well too. So yeah, altogether it's a gourmand fragrance with quite a few facets. A little bit of fruity, lactonic, floral, spicy, of course sweet. I really like the idea, but especially when I wore it, there was just something that wasn't sitting right with me. Maybe it was a little too sour or like fake fruity. Like I said, I felt like it was something in the top notes, like either the raspberry or maybe the citruses that just wasn't quite working for me. But I do find it interesting and it's very affordable. So there's that. There's also a lot of flankers, or at least a few flankers to this fragrance, which tells me that it must have sold decently if they went ahead and made flankers to it. Okay, so I don't have any other Cacharel fragrances to show you, which is normally what I would do at this point in the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up this review by reading some more info around this fragrance from Fragrantica.com, as well as some reviews. So this fragrance was launched in 2018. Honestly, that surprised me. I thought it was more like 2012 or something. So it's only about 8 years old, 7 years old. It has an overall rating of 3.93 out of 5 with 3,819 votes, so that's a pretty good rating. So it seems like people do seem to like this fragrance. By the way, it kind of goes without saying, but I would say this is much more of like an autumn and winter fragrance, just because it's sweeter, heavier, ambery, lactonic. Not really a good fragrance for the heat for most people's preferences. I'll read a few of the pros and cons that Fragrantica's AI has compiled. It says, for pros, sugary and fruity with some depth, dark berry and cherry note mixed with creaminess, juicy and seductive, convenient spraying mechanism. That's funny. I don't know what makes this more convenient, but I would say cute spraying mechanism. Great longevity and sillage, seductive scent for men. I think they probably mean men would find this seductive, but I don't know. For cons, it says not as powerful as other Cacharel fragrances like Lulu and Eden. Those fragrances are much older, and it seems like a lot of time older fragrances are more powerful, or at least the original formulations. It also says too sweet for some people's taste. Dildo bottle is chavvy. I don't even know how it would come up with that description. Obviously, I guess you could say this looks like a dildo. I don't even know what chavvy means. Chavvy. I think that's an English expression. Maybe it means something like a douche. I don't know. That's a funny thing that it says. So anyway, synthetic smell, and it does have a lot of people thumbs upping the synthetic smell. I do find it to be a bit synthetic smelling myself. Unsophisticated and cheap. nasty mix of citrus, sweet fruity, spicy, and white floral notes. So I think the main like downside that people say to this is that, yeah, it's just kind of got a lot going on and maybe can smell a bit synthetic. And of course, if you're not big on gourmands or lactonic notes, then wouldn't be for you. Some other info on this: the longevity is rated as mid-range on Fragrantica. Honestly, I found this to have really good longevity. I smelled it after hours and hours when I honestly didn't want to. Sillage, people are saying, is on the more moderate side, which is again confusing. I felt like it had better sillage, but again, I don't tend to go for heavy fragrances, so maybe I'm comparing it to a lot of my other fragrances, which are a lot lighter. People are saying it's a very feminine fragrance. I agree. And I do see that there are quite a few other Cacharel Yes I Am flankers. There's Yes I Am Delicious, Yes I Am Glorious, Yes I Am Fabulous, Yes I Am Bloom Up, Yes I Am Pink First, and Yes I Am Collector Edition. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like 6 different fragrances. So flankers. So yeah, quite a bit. Let's finish up by reading a few reviews. Somebody says, I work in fragrance. I have tried a spritz of this one here and there over the last couple years, and I liked it, but I was hesitant, being that this is Cacharel and niche. None of the other Cacharels worked for me. I finally got my hands on it, and yay! This might be what I've been searching for most of my adult life. Warm, sweet, spicy, almost a mandarin berry and cola vibe. Until further notice, it's my signature scent. She's like the slightly sweet, cutesy but warm and sweet older sister of YSL Black Opium. This does have a bit of that kind of like YSL Black Opium vibe. It's not at all a dupe, but it's that same vibe of like, it's just got a lot going on. It's kind of gourmand, got some floral notes, maybe some fruity notes. I don't remember what's all in that, but also kind of reminds me in the same vein of something like Carolina Herrera Good Girl, those type of gourmand plus fragrances. Okay, somebody else says, this smells like someone added berry syrup to Coco Noir, and I'm here for it. It's the same warm, spicy depth as the Chanel, but with the sweetness I have always felt it's missing. I wish it lasted longer for the price. I will take it. I wish it lasted longer, but for the price, I will take it. Yeah, because it's affordable. Okay, let's see. Somebody who doesn't like it says, simply isn't for me. It definitely has a dark berry vibe to it, but I do not get any of the sweetness of it. It reminds me too much of flavored cough medicine. I think this one is definitely for an acquired taste. I do not like the bottle. I do like the bottle, however. I could see the cough syrup vibe vaguely, but I feel like there's always that risk when you have fruity notes like cherry or raspberry. Somebody else says, beautiful gourmand. It's rather complex and you'll be able to smell different notes as it develops on your skin. For the price, you cannot go wrong. I can't imagine anyone who's into sweet vanilla caramel gourmand scents not liking this. Well, I can, because there's always people who don't like, fragrance is just so personal like that. But yeah. Somebody else says, it's simple, nothing remarkable. I think the majority of people have something, I think that the majority of people has something like this in their mind when thinking of a perfume that smells like it. Nothing special, just a juvenile, soft, generic, fruity, floral mess without complexity. Definitely has complexity to me. Definitely has complexity to me. And I feel like part of me really likes it, but I think when I like smelling it right now, but when I wore it, something about it just didn't work for me, like I said. But you know, it's affordable, so if you're into gourmands, and especially if you want to try something lactonic because you haven't smelled that kind of milky note before, I honestly think this might be one to try. If you don't like it, you could re-gift it to someone or try reselling it online. So that is my review of Cacharel's Yes, I Am. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sending you all peace, love, beauty, and harmony, and I will catch you all again in another video soon. Okay, bye.